and I wanted to talk about free energy, alternative propulsion systems that you can see on my YouTube channel. I've reached out to Elon Musk on many occasions and Mr. Beast. There's actually more energy in a gallon of water than a gallon of gasoline. That's what Stanley Meyer said. Of course, they had to kill him because he wouldn't stop about it. They had to stop him. So what I'd like to do is change the world. I'd like to see us develop energy and propulsion systems that are economical rather than developing weapons of war to destroy innocent men, women, and children and their infrastructure. So, what I'm wanting to do is expose the truth about everything. You could give me a call anytime you like. It's about 30 degrees out here right now, pretty chilly. This is the new Truthmobile, and I added a video last night of a Volkswagen diesel 2-cylinder hybrid out of Germany that gets over 300 miles per gallon. How about that, of diesel? Whew! She's a cold one out there. Yet later on today, it's going to be roughly, it's going to get up to almost 60 degrees here, so I'll be out on the truth cycle later on. And what I'm featuring in my playlist that I move around quite a bit is going to be alternative propulsion energy systems, suppressed technology like Nikola Tesla developed, and Troy Reed and Stanley Meyer. And you can take a look at all those if you like. The code to be able to find this information would be the hashtag of my name and or my phone number. I'm on a lot of different platforms, and what I'm wanting to do is help people make an informed choice on their forever based on truth. Where will you spend forever and why? That's a big question that everybody is going to need to come up with an accurate answer for, or at least I would recommend that. Okay, so yeah, it looks like I've got a green light here, so I'm gonna go. I can get a little bit better view of the sunrise while maintaining a nice. Oh wow, it's down to 28 degrees. Woohoo! I'll go up by the Prince there, and I'll have a view that'll be nice to look at. Oh, it looks like they're working right now on the street, so I'm going to need to take the detour here. So I don't have just one topic that, well, the common thread through the content that I feature in my research library has at its core the truth about everything that I've been able to find out about. What I encountered was a lot of deception, a grand illusion that not very many people see it. And those of us that do and are very public about talking about it and want to change the world, well, you can see what happens to them. And I'm more concerned about obeying the Almighty and doing what He created me to do to help set humanity free from enslavement to Satan, basically. So I'm a born-again Christ follower. That's why I'm not afraid to live, die, or tell the truth. I will probably put Mr. Beast in the title of this. I've reached out to him through Instagram and his other avenues that he has as well. So it's kind of a challenge to reach out to somebody of that stature. He only, as far as I understand, he lives about 3.5 hours from here. And this past summer, I believe he sent a couple of young men by here to meet with me out on the beach. Spencer is one of the gentlemen's name. I'm going to reach out to him later on today. What I'm wanting to see is a transition from petroleum-based fuels to water and magnetism, magnet motors, like the Troy Reed magnet motor that he developed. You can see him on my channel if you care to. So part of what's happened is we've got corporations that are greedy and evil, and they have basically bamboozled much of humanity into a lifestyle that enthrones them and helps us to pay for our own enslavement. And I'm telling on them. I'm exposing the whole thing. So the military, medical, financial, and informational industrial complexes all work together to manipulate and feed off of humanity. They engorge themselves like a big tick on a dog or a deer. And what they are the billionaires, trillionaires that are basically manipulating humanity. Well, I don't believe it. I believe it's not right. And so I'm exposing all of that. So in the hashtag of my name, at some point in time, you could put obituary Robert Forsch. Then you would see my dad. Someday you may see me. I don't know. I don't know. We all have an expiration date. We just don't know when it is. It's kind of like that. So I live every day to the fullest. I want to do what I'm created to do. So in 2005, I wrote down on a legal pad about an electric semi with regenerative braking and a battery pack under the bed of the semi. And more recently, I made within the last couple of years, I made a video showing how you could have the battery under the bed and 4 additional motor/generators on the semi-trailer. So the Tesla autonomous electric semi could actually have regenerative braking on the trailer. If you want to slow down an 80,000-pound vehicle, why waste the heat energy for the trailer brakes? Might as well make electricity as well. One of the other technologies that I mentioned, made freely available to Elon and anybody else who wants to use it, is to basically have a recovery bottle for the climate control system, the atmospheric water generator of the car. So like the water that drips out from underneath the vehicle from the air conditioner could fill a container that you could drink if you were in a situation where you were in a desert or something, or you didn't want to go outside because of maybe some kind of a nuclear or biological event. And then the other thing is you could have an HHO generator shattering the bond between oxygen and hydrogen in the cabin of the car to provide oxygen and hydrogen to breathe in, which is extremely healthy. There's a lot of health benefits for that. And I've got documentation on my channel that covers that as well. So that water, you might think, ooh, I wouldn't want to drink that. Well, it can be filtered. The air can be filtered with a HEPA filter, and there can be carbon filtration of the water as well. It's just something that could happen. There's puddles of water that turned into ice. I saw them on the roadway back there. Huh. Well, I guess I can't go in there now for whatever reason. Not sure why. Back where I live, they're doing a road project in our subdivision, putting a new road surface. So they're grinding up the blacktop, and then they're taking it to a place where it will be reformulated and then spread back out on the roadway, and all that should be nice. So I'm gonna head back home. I got a bag full of organic spring mix and coleslaw or cabbage, and I'll put that in a smoothie or a salad. So the nutrients that come from healthy vegetables and fruits and healthy proteins are the building blocks that the neurotransmitters are generated from in the gut. There's a relationship to the gut and the brain and how we feel, how I feel. I've got plenty of energy. I'm happy, healthy, and I'm rich in Christ. I traded in my rags for His riches. I was telling some friends this morning that on several occasions I've been offered a lot of money and wealth and prosperity and influence to join the Illuminati. And I said, no. I don't know if it's because of mentioning the Illuminati that the broadcast cut out, but anyway, I'll keep on going. This is Cherry Grove, South Carolina, and I'm hopping on Sea Mountain Highway to head home. Take you for a little ride that way. So imagine being able to run a vehicle on water, like that 2-cylinder diesel hybrid Volkswagen that gets over 300 miles per gallon. You can see it on my channel. And what I've done is created a research library that involves many different platforms, some that I was on, such as the X platform, previously Twitter. I ended up interacting with many of those that are meeting at Davos for the World Economic Forum. Herr Klaus Schwab and Larry Fink and Barack Obama and the Clintons and the Musk family and all of the different billionaires and military, medical, energy and financial and informational industrial complexes. They had to stop me from doing that, apparently. I regularly appeal that decision, and I send a direct appeal to the X headquarters, where I've apparently violated X rules, and that's why I'm permanently banned. And what I messaged Elon, I said, Elon Musk, you've broken or violated God's rules. We all have. So I'm just handing out invitations for eternity to everybody I can, regardless of their economic and political wherewithal. It doesn't matter. What will it profit a man if he gain the whole world and lose his soul? So if we were to we can clean and power the world with water. I've got proof of it. The Bloom Energy fuel cell system or the mobile HHO generation can power vehicles. Magnet motors can not only power and propel vehicles, they can make more electricity than they consume to operate. They're accessing the 0-point energy field. And then this system of control uses Skynet, basically the mesh network of electronic control and surveillance. The biofield that's in our body, our soul, spirit, has the ability to be manipulated by this system that they've created. It's enslavement of humanity. I'm wanting to set the captives free. Jesus Christ is the way, the truth, and the life. He lives in and through me in all of his children that are born again now. And some of his children may not have been born the first time yet, let alone the second time. So being born again is born of the Spirit. I was spiritually deader than a hammer and did not know it. That's why I'm doing this. I'm unapologetically biblical because I want to help set the captives free. I want to give you, or whoever you are listening to this, information that can be transformative, transforming the nature of the individual who's born of the Spirit. Some of the people that will be born of the Spirit may be rescued from demonic possession, in fact. Jesus cast demons out of people. I'm not saying that I can. He can. I'm just wanting to let people know that that's a possibility. I have a friend who I was talking to this morning. He was telling me about an occurrence. He was driving his Volkswagen home. He had been drinking, and he smashed into a tree, and his head went through the windshield, and he was bleeding out. And a doctor saw him, found him bleeding to death, and put a compression on him to stop him from bleeding out. My friend Richard, visiting from Maine. How about that? Comes from a family of lobstermen. I meet fascinating people from all over the world here. Met Google executives out on the beach for sunrise, people that work at an executive level, basically at all different arenas, from the intelligence agencies, the military of the world. So, and I hashtagged and tweeted to all the alphabet agencies and the military industrial complex, Lockheed Martin, Boeing, and on and on and on. I let them know that I wanted to expose the truth about everything. So when Elon Musk first bought Twitter, he said, "What should we do with it?" I said, "Expose the truth about everything. Why not?" That's what the free speech digital town square worldwide should be used for, exposing the truth. So I'm going to do it with or without him or anybody else. I'll just do what I can. That's why I say you might want to search my name and add obituary there if you want. There aren't very many Robert Forsches, and certainly not much like this, not much like what I'm doing. There was another Robert Forsch that lived in Irvine, California, worked at the company my wife Joni worked at, the Fluor Corporation. I connected with him on Twitter. What are the odds of that in this bizarre Twilight Zone kind of existence? I don't know. I don't know how it all works out in that regard. I do believe that we're eternal beings having a temporary human experience. And so in this time, while we're living in this body, we have an opportunity to recognize whose children we are. I don't mean just my mom and dad. That was pretty obvious. As far as spiritually speaking, so there are two families battling. There's a battle between good and evil, between God and his family, the Almighty and his family, and the usurper, Satan, and his family, including the fallen angels in that. And I'm wanting to help raise up a team of people that are born of the Spirit. I can absolutely assure you this world would look a lot different, and it will look a lot different when there's a final separation between good and evil. Satan's family apparently is going to be spending an eternity exiled from the Almighty's family. There's going to be a separation. Now, there's a lot of people playing church. It's like a synthetic Christianity. In Matthew 7:21, Jesus is telling his disciples, many will say on that day regarding Judgment Day, Many will say, Lord, Lord, didn't we drive out demons, work miracles, and prophesy? And he says, away from me, you evildoers, I never knew you. He knew who they were or who they are. They're not his children. So in looking at this battle between good and evil, Satan disguises himself as an angel of light. So right now, with battles going on all around the world, one of them that's happening is in the Ukraine with Russia. Another big one is the battle that Israel is basically causing genocide on the Palestinian population and Christians as well. They'd love to kill me. They can't, unless God removes his hand of protection and says, well done, good and faithful servant. And then I'm home. So until then, I'll just keep on doing what I'm doing here. I had this guy coming over on me. Whoa, that was kind of weird. Anyway, you might want to look at what Jesus talked about when he was talking to the scribes and Pharisees. He says, you can't hear me because you're of your father, the devil. So was Jesus an anti-Semite? No, he was Jewish, and he was exposing the religious phonies of his day. And what did they do? They crucified him. Yeah, the Romans did it, and they did it at the behest or at the insistence of the synagogue of Satan, the religious leaders. And they were okay with going along with that. They believed Jesus was causing too much trouble. He was exposing the truth about everything that really mattered then. He was feeding the hungry, raising the dead, causing the blind to see, and metaphorically, he still causes the spiritually blind to see. So what this is all about is helping people to be set free from sin, the bondage of sin, the enslavement, the wicked taskmaster that the fallen one is. Alrighty, so here's our neighborhood, and they're doing the road work. I'm going to see if I can see where they are right now, what this is all looking like. I'm not afraid that people know where I live, what my house and phone number are, and what my name is, how my name is spelt. Obviously, I'm not afraid to be on the camera. How exciting. I get fascinating phone calls too. You can call me anytime. There are a lot of things I can't talk about on this live stream, or they'll unplug my channel. They'll take it down. Oh well. I'll just do as much as I can while I can. Okay, so up on the left there is the original Truthmobile. Somebody's getting propane here. You might want to have some propane handy, depending on where you are. It's a nice way to have that energy nearby to be able to heat yourself, keep yourself from freezing to death. And I encourage people to pre-purchase prudent provisions. Tuna, toilet paper, beans, and bullets. Go ahead. In the United States here, I exercise my Second Amendment right, freedom. Here's my friend Harko with his Tesla Model Y. He just got it bumped up with the performance package. Got an extra 100 horsepower. That baby gets up and goes. And Harko is a friend of mine who told me about the 300 mile per gallon diesel Volkswagen. So I added it to my research library, proving that the technology exists to be able to do that kind of thing. It could be running on water too. An internal combustion engine with the technology Stanley Meyer had discovered and or created to shatter the bond molecularly between oxygen and hydrogen and then feed it into an internal combustion engine. Copious amounts of propulsion. You could have a perpetual driving machine. How nice would that be? So I will probably feature some of Mr. Beast's videos. I had his playlists in my library, but they made all of our playlists private, the ones that we added to our library. It's a form of censorship. YouTube did that. They also changed it so what that did effectively was restrict people from seeing about 100,000 videos I had in my research library. When I liked a channel, the content that they created, I would save their playlist to my channel. Well, they disengaged that. So, like for example, that vehicle on the right there, that's a plane wrapper, state trooper, or some alphabet agency employee or representative. There's people from ex-CIA living right nearby here. Maybe current CIA. I don't know. The alphabet agencies like to vacation. People, employees from the alphabet agencies like to visit here in the Myrtle Beach area. I don't have a non-disclosure agreement. I've got a full disclosure agreement. The truth about everything. Now here's some of the equipment that they're utilizing to do this project. Look at that. It's a big grinder, a Wirtgen. Grinds up the road, puts it in dump trucks, and then they take it out. It's going to be awesome to have this all fixed up. How about that? So I've been here when we've had black ice in the weaving back through some of the roadways. Saw a car flipped over on its side. It was like 50 degrees out, but the people didn't realize that the shade from the trees stopped the black ice from melting off, and they came around a corner and flipped over. No injuries or anything. I used to live in Wisconsin where it gets really cold and snowy and icy. I remember it well. I prefer this. I like to season. I love all the seasons here. Here's our swimming pool, and like a little meeting area. Can be reserved. Give a deposit, can have a meeting here if you want, or if I want. Wanted to park and have kind of a pretty view of the sun coming over the way here. So just to reiterate, we live on a stationary level plane. We don't need to have the make-believe space ball hurling, wobbling, gyrating through the universe to motivate people to visit the moon and Mars and all that horse shit. Tired of it. Tired of the globe-tard logic where people are deceived. They believe they live on a spinning, wobbling, orbiting water ball hurling through space. It's not true. We didn't go to the moon. People going to Mars may go in an alternate reality. They may upload their consciousness to the quantum supercomputers and have that kind of a synthetic experience. I don't know. There's mind control technology that's two-way, bidirectional. They're spraying us like bugs with graphene and aluminum, barium, strontium, and It goes into our sinuses, into our mucous membrane. That's one of the reasons why I spit a lot, and I perpetually am detoxing by bathing in reverse osmosis drinking water with boron, baking soda, magnesium, apple cider vinegar, sea salt, a tablespoon of all of those additives, electrolytes. You can drink too much water and deplete the electrolytes in your body to such a point that you don't properly hydrate. So a full spectrum sea salt is very important. It's got, like Celtic salt has over 90 minerals, not just sodium and chloride. It's got vital minerals, nutrients for the body to, for the mitochondria, the conversion of calories to energy in our system, in our body. I'm not a doctor. I study medicine, nutrition, neuroscience, computer programming. I want to reprogram humanity with the truth about everything. So this is a very complex and convoluted control system. There are things that I don't want to mention because I can lose the function of my channel. I've pre-placed access to my research library through a network of links that are through Facebook. You might be able to see something on Twitter. You could take my channel and tweet it to Elon and say, hey, let's clean this place up. Let's clean this world up with water and truth and love and encouragement and empathy. Elon talking about wanting to create a computer system that's programmed with curiosity and a proclivity for the truth. Hello, that would be me. I've been indwelt by the Holy Spirit, and he wants to share the truth with everybody, expose the truth with everybody, to everybody. So, it's a window or a black mirror of sorts. This is one of the ways to bypass the digital quarantine. That's for the red light cameras and semis, and well, people can see it from their SUVs and that too. So, the truth. Accept no substitutes. You know what the substitute for truth is? The grand illusion, the deception. I was created to expose it. So rather than handing the Almighty a to-do list with what I want Him to do with my life and the world, I just wanted to find out what He created me to do. What did He want me to do? Why did He sustain me through many near-death experiences? Well, I found out. I'm on a mission from God. And I'm loving it. I'm enjoying it. Look at that. One of the properties of water, the different phases. We've got multiple phases of water in the form of precipitation, of rain, snow, sleet, fog, ice, all of that. So there you go. How nice. What an exciting time to be alive. So, this is Robert Forsch, exposing the truth about everything. Feel free to give me a call anytime you like. It isn't, I'll do as much as I can with what I have to work with. It's not just financial resources that are helpful in doing this. I mean, to buy the stickers and the cards and the shirts and all that I have over the years is one thing. I would like to see us be able to clean and power the world with water. And instead of the war machine that's been built around the world to fight over resources and control. Let's spend what time we have here to help others live healthier and happier, and growing good, healthy food, and stop the poisoning of our food, water, and air. There, what we're told about the benefits of artificial intelligence is that it can reduce our workload and help us figure out how to do things better. I've got a lot of ideas on how to do it better. And it's not just me that has those ideas. It's many of my friends and family all over the world that have created powerful content that I've shared through my channel. One of the other things I wanted to let you know, that landing video on my channel, Silent Weapons for Quiet Wars, has over 600 hyperlinks in it to go to different platforms with less censorship. I've got a video on my Facebook that was previously an Odyssey video. Well, it is on Odyssey. It's like an hour and a minute long with the thumbnail of the Tesla Roadster. Oh, let's see. I don't think I have my... No, I don't have that shirt here. I had the shirt that I sent to, like the one I sent to Elon Musk, with me photoshopped in the Roadster and the Cybertruck on it. Well, on the back of it, I sent it in a document tube and that. But what I wanted to let you know is that video where I was mentioning that hour-long video about cleaning and powering the world with water, it was blocked worldwide. However, it's still up on Odyssey. And on Odyssey, I'm known as Truth. On YouTube, I'm known as Truth. Good luck finding it. If you just type Truth in a search, it's unlikely that you're going to find my channel. If you're watching this video, it's pretty easy. You can just go over to my channel and take a look at it. But people will end up just thinking, oh, I don't need a card, I'll just type Truth in. Not likely going to find it that way. Let me see. I'll head down this way. So we'll see what happens. How exciting. So I'm going to show you something here. This is pretty cool. This is my remote control to my garage door. You're not going to be able to see the invisible frequency that's going to be able to activate that. Oh, nice. Here she goes. How about that? So we live in a world that has a lot of electronic frequencies all around us. From Wi-Fi to cellular, the mesh network that links Ring doorbells to Wi-Fi routers without needing a code to do that. It's pretty interesting technology. That's the Honda Shadow, the Truth Cycle. I've got a more subtle approach with that, just the one card on my, or a sticker on my gas tank there, fuel tank. could run a motorcycle on water. This has got a more than a 3-gallon fuel tank on it. But when we had the Continental pipeline, I think it was, that was not operating properly, I had an extra gallon of gas that I took on the back of my other motorcycle for Bike Week. It was kind of interesting. Anyway, they've got small fuel tanks. Cars have a bit more range. Truth. So the people doing the road project will come on by here. I've talked to some of them already. I've got squirrels that are planting acorns that end up having mushrooms come out of the ground. It's pretty cool. So, for those that are wondering, you know, I'll put a comment on a flat Earth video. Earth is stationary and level. Fact. You can't have a free-hanging wind chime or crane upside down in relationship to other ones. That's just plumb silly. See how that works? A wind chime. It's a reminder. I've got another tool here I'm going to show you. Let's see. A bubble level. I can set that on my driveway. See this, let's see, in the garage here, it's probably pretty flat. Yep, see that? Right in the middle. If it moves a little bit, the bubble moves. That's the inconvenient reality for the liars with the space programs, the fireworks displays, launching our hard-earned money into the ocean and pretending to go to the moon. Those bastards, I'm telling on them. They don't like it. That's just too freaking bad. So this car was at all of the Flat Earth International conferences. I met Logan Paul and let's see, who else? Oh, and I'm on PewDiePie's channel. So this car and me have been viewed about 40 million times. Yep. So there you go. I'm unapologetically biblical. I don't have to apologize for not going along with the official lie of all the space fantasy. They're using sophisticated computer-generated trickery with the space station, the fake station, and all of that. So how this world actually works is pretty fascinating, pretty amazing to me. So this car still runs and drives just fine. This one just gets about 5 times the fuel economy. How about that? Imagine if you could have a perpetual driving machine. I ended up ordering the Cybertruck, and I hope to be able to eventually take delivery of it. I ordered the tri-motor with autonomous capabilities, autonomous driving. So there you go. This is where I live for now. So, feel free to reach out anytime if you like. Because of the time zones worldwide, that's a factor to consider. And I just encourage people to call me whenever they like. This is Robert Forsch with The Truth about everything. Thank you so much.